If sacrificial sacred meat merely touches anything ritually impure, the sacred meat can no longer be eaten. It becomes treif. This is a law in this week's Parsha, Parshas Tzav, chapter 7, verse 19. And meat that touches anything impure shall not be eaten, it shall be burned in fire. There was once a young gentleman who frequented the court of the Alter Rebbe, the founder of the Chabad movement. It so happened that this young man began socializing with a local group of heretics and spending much time with these non-believers. The Alter Rebbe met with him and explained to him the dangers of socializing with such people and the harm it will have on his religious observance and his holy soul. The man smiled and replied to the Alter Rebbe, "There's no reason to worry about me, for I'm not someone who is influenced very easily." The proof that I don't get influenced easily, said this man to the Alter Rebbe, is that I've been hanging around now for a long time with your Hasidim, and it hasn't affected me. I have not yet become a Chassid. The Alter Rebbe replied, "You got it all wrong. You cannot make such a comparison. For when it comes to impurity, the verse clearly says regarding sacred sacrificial meat that only touching an impurity renders it forbidden to be eaten. Whereas in the reverse, when non-sacred meat comes into contact with sacred meat, it does not become sacred by touching alone. Only once the taste of the sacred meat has been fully absorbed in the non-sacred meat does it now become sacred meat. And the same applies when a lesser level of sacred meat, called kodshim kalim, just touches a higher level of sacred meat, called kodshe kodoshim. It does not become more consecrated until the taste of the offering is absorbed within its flesh, as explained in Tractate Nazir, page 37b. And especially by you, continued the Alter Rebbe, when it comes to matters of holiness, you merely connect with a superficial touch. But when it comes to unholy matters, you allow yourself to fully absorb. I believe the message of the story resonates. We are celebrating the miracle of Purim. It was a time where darkness was reversed, in the words of Megillas Esther, V'nahapechu laYehudim. When it comes to so many areas of life, we are ready to learn, study, practice, and absorb. Whether it be culturally, culinarily, theologically, dialectally, fashion, art, music, you name it, we love to try new things and learn from everyone else. And we tell ourselves the only way to fully appreciate it is to immerse in it. But when it comes to our own religion, the closest we get is an arm's distance touch. When it's our own tradition, diet, and teachings, we feel like a touch is more than enough. This is a mistake. It is completely the opposite that is true. For a Jew to appreciate Judaism, we must allow ourselves to absorb it. Let us take the teaching of our Parsha and let us take the strength of Purim, that energy of reversing course from darkness to greatness, and apply it to our own personal spiritual growth. We know how to absorb information. We do it all the time. We know how to mindfully engage in mundane and even sinful activities. We do it all the time. Now we are afforded a special opportunity to apply that same mindfulness and absorbing skills in the correct way, in the godly way, in our Jewish way. Today, reverse is easier than ever. I wish you a happy Purim, a happy Shushan Purim, and a good Shabbos.